said he's healthy and ready to go. And so are we right about now as Willie Taveras steps in the batter's box against Zach Duke in the first pitch of this homestand as a bunt attempt foul. 71 degrees outside right now.
A little cloudy though. Got me a little bit concerned as far as if we're going to be dry all night long.
It's umbrella night, Bob. It's not a problem.
You're right about that. Everybody is prepared tonight.
Taveras takes low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike as Zach Duke works to Willie Taveras. And he hits this one just wide of third for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taveras, last year's leader in stolen bases in the National League, while a member of the Colorado Rockies. He's a former Houston Astro as well.
Well, he gets down to first base about as good as anybody I've ever seen from the right side.
He doesn't hit a lot of balls out of the infield, but he gets a lot of hits out of them.
For a right-hand hitter, he is awfully quick.
And the 1-2 is out of the infield to center field. There is Nate McLeod for out number 1. Let's check out Bob's keys to the game, brought to you by A&L Motors.
Well, I think McLeod coming back hot. We touched on this in our open. The middle of the lineup has missed him. Need him to come back swinging the bat like he was before he hurt his side. And Hinske is batting in that 5 spot tonight. Great numbers against Bronson. Keep him up. I think he hits his first home run tonight.
We shall see. Eric Hinske feeling like he belongs in the lineup instead of on the bench now. He started several games in a row.
First home run of his Pirate career. Obviously, he said it felt kind of funny saying looking for his first home run. But I'm sure everybody knows he's got a bunch of them.
He had 20 just last year with Tampa Bay. Jerry Hairston Jr. with a 1 out. He will take a strike. 0-2 as Zach Duke has worked first pitch strikes to both Taveras and Hairston so far in the game. One thing that the Pirates talk about a lot are the numbers in terms of the counts. Check swing, foul ball. What happens on a first pitch strike? What's the batting average of a hitter when he is 0-1 to start a count as opposed to 1-0? Things like that. They have an entire information department here, the Pirates do, that figure out all these numbers that if you're a seam head, if you're a baseball fan, you would just be blown away by some of the things they work on. And there's a strike 3 call right down the middle. 2 men are out. Zach Duke. We look at that 180 when he's got the opponent after an 0-1 count. And the overall opponent average 233 after a 1-0, 278. 45 points higher.
I saw a stat one time for a season for the entire league, and I'll tell you all about it next inning.
Joey Votto grounds out on the first pitch, and Zach Duke gets the Reds in order. Pirates coming to bat. Nate McLeod back in the lineup, hitting in the 3-hole. Adam LaRoche in the cleanup spot. And how about Eric Hinsky versus Bronson Arroyo? 11 for 23. You think Eric can't wait to get to the plate this inning?
Well, I'm sure he's looking forward to tonight's bat. Bronson
Arroyo facing Niger Morgan. And the first pitch is a fastball over there for a strike. Niger Morgan here early today, working indoors, hitting the ball, and it pays off with a single on an 0-1 pitch.
Again, setting the table just very consistently.
Does what the leadoff man is supposed to do, get on base.
Great speed. That was just right down the middle.
And as the season starts to go on, Bob, we're seeing him more and more hit the ball through that hole on the left side. Going the other way.
Not hitting it in the air, either getting line drives, ground balls, getting on top of that ball going that direction.
Freddie Sanchez, 1 for 9 this season against Cincinnati. That was stretched over a rain-shortened 2-game series. Strike one is called as Sanchez.
You see that fastball, just 86. Arroyo, it's about where he is. He's mid to upper 80s with that fastball. It's all about changing speeds and control with him.
And a breaking ball, and Sanchez fouls it away. 0-2 to Freddie. Bronson Arroyo has had a problem with his pitching hand. You know, he plays guitar. A lot of musicians will get something similar to carpal tunnel. Pitchers will get that too. And so he sort of laid off the guitar so that he can concentrate on his real job. Guy learned how to play guitar while in the Pirate system in Double-A. He played in Altoona and really has become a very good musician, but Dusty Baker would prefer he become a very good pitcher.
Yeah, you got to have your priorities right. There'll be plenty of time for America's Idol after after the baseball career is over.
The Cincinnati skipper, Dusty Baker. So Niger Morgan will the lead off first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and there's a quick throw over by Bronson Arroyo to Joey Votto.
Follow up what I was going to talk about there. That inning ended in the top of the first about the first pitch counts 1-0 and 0-1. I have another pickoff throw here, so I got time.
Just waiting for it.
Yeah, I was just waiting to go ahead and go over there. 1-0 and 0-1. We saw the numbers, the batting averages. Back when I was pitching, we got 20 years ago now, I was looking at those numbers one day for the entire league.
There's the pitch out, nothing on.
And they were, very similar. I'm sure they don't change all that much from year to year. Like 230 or something when it's 0-1, 280 something when it's 1-0. And then they also had a third stat in there that I thought was very interesting that we didn't show earlier.
2-2 pitch. Niger Morgan goes, and Freddie Sanchez cues it up the right side.
It was, what are the players' batting averages when they put the first ball in play? When they don't take it for a strike or a ball.
First ball swinging.
First ball swinging and putting it in play. And when they put the first pitch they see in play, they were hitting well over 300.
So that's a positive trend for the hitters.
That throwing strike one's very important, but it's better if they take it. You don't want them to put that first pitch in play. And so, and that told me, well, what do they always take? Well, they don't like to go up there and hit curveball first pitch. So that's why I became a very big fan, and still am to this day, of that curveball for strike one. They don't like hitting that on the first pitch.
Long stretch, and Sanchez wants time. Nate McLeod from the on-deck circle, waiting his first at-bat. In a week, did not play on the road trip. Just the last 6 games. Niger Morgan's got to be careful at first again. And the pitch, that's inside, and the count full, 3-2. The chance is good now of Niger Morgan taking off on a 3-2 pitch with nobody out, trying to stay out of that double play.
Yeah, Royal did not want to go to 3-2 here. He wanted whatever was going to happen on the 2-2 pitch. Well, he still had the double play in order.
Arroyo looking in at Ryan Hannigan. There's the stare from Nyjer Morgan. There he goes, and the pitch is fouled at the plate. Nyjer's getting his running in, that's for sure. John Russell is pleased when he sees Morgan to get on to lead off a ball game. Gives him some options. There goes Morgan, and there goes the foul ball again.
And I just got a chance here to really get a lot of exercise in with Freddie at the plate. We might see 3 or 4 more foul balls.
Might drop a pound or 2 out there.
Well, he can't afford to drop too many.
That's not good.
He's not a whole lot of fat on that body.
Well, the Freaks want another foul ball. And they're not going to get one. That's up the middle of the base hit around second is Morgan. Will have to stop there because Tavares was playing shallow. So back-to-back singles to start the bottom of the first inning. Runners on first and second for Nate McLeod.
He smoked that so hard that even though Nyjer was on the move,
center fielder number 13, Nate
not going to be able to move up. And you don't want to make that first out at third base. So if there's any doubt, you get a stop.
McLeod, see his numbers: 259, 4 and 14. He had a home run at Great American Ballpark that might have hit their river. Strike is called.
Yeah, that's a pretty good poke to their river.
Yeah, he put one out into the right field bleachers that was more than halfway up. Well, balls and a strike to McLeod. Morgan at second and Sanchez at first. Nobody out. And this one down to short. The second for one. Phillips the turn. And did he hold on? Yes, he did. A double play. 2 outs. Morgan down to third for Adam LaRoche.
Wow, horrible turn by Phillips at second base. Wasn't very quick, and it not a good throw.
You saw where Nyjer tried to distract Alex Gonzalez, the shortstop. Had the ball go between his legs, tried to screen him.
Looked like Phillips, as he's trying to make that turn, is kind of falling away toward left field. He was I don't know if he was afraid of some contact there or what, but you fall on that way, you get nothing on the throw, and that's exactly what he got on the throw to first base. Nothing. Votto bailed him out with a nice play at first.
Arroyo's first pitch, breaking ball, misses. Bronson had 53 career appearances for the Pirates. Over 29 starts, amassed a 9 and 14 record. Drafted by the Pirates in the third round, 1995, through the Pirates minor league system before finally breaking through. And going from the Pirates to Boston.
Remember when it came
Boston to Cincinnati.
When he first came up, he wasn't real impressive stuff-wise. He threw all right, a little harder than he does now, but still nothing that you're going to just, your eyes are going to pop out and say, wow, look at this guy's stuff. But what he always had was his ability to throw the balls in a strike zone. He was never afraid of the bat. He would challenge people. He didn't come up afraid of anything.
Adam LaRoche, .412 batting average at home, hoping to utilize that. 3-0 pitch, and he pitched around him for ball 4.
He wants Henske.
Got to be careful what you ask for.
Now here's one of our keys right off the bat. Henske has to keep his mastery going of Arroyo, and it's a big spot right here in the very first inning. A chance to do some damage. First and third.
So Eric Henske stands in there. And he takes a strike. The numbers for Henske very, very good against Bronson Arroyo. .478 Only Aubrey Huff and Mark Loretta hit Bronson Arroyo better. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. They'll appeal down to third, and Jerry Meals says no. One ball and one strike to Hinske. He's feeling pretty comfortable out in right field these days. He certainly hasn't hurt them defensively at all. He's done everything he's supposed to do, and he swings and he hammers one deep to right center field. This ball is back. Jay Bruce on the track makes the catch. Ball just wouldn't carry out as Eric Hinske got a hold of it, and the Pirates waste a pair of leadoff singles and have nothing across after the first inning. See out here tomorrow night. Great skyline, huh? Lit up after the game tomorrow. Bob Walk, Tim Neverett, top of the second inning. Brandon Phillips facing Zach Duke. Duke got him in order in the first. It'll be Phillips, Bruce, and then Adam Rosales. Well, Pirates started the bottom of the first in pretty good shape. Pair of singles, but McLaughlin into the double play, and then Eric Hinske flied out. Romeo giving chase. He's just going to run out of room as that ball goes behind Dusty Baker.
But that fly ball by Hinske for the last out, they really looked uncomfortable out in right center. Tavares and Bruce. It wasn't like it was a very easy play for him. I'm wondering about the wind out there. Maybe there's more than we can really tell being up here.
Bruce hits, Phillips hits this one down the right field line. That's going to go foul.
But I think Tavares, the center fielder for the Reds, was really fooled on how far that ball drifted towards center field.
It's the center fielder's job to be the guy with the priority out there, but he just let Jay Bruce take it all the way.
I think he didn't realize how that ball was going to come back towards center field.
One ball and two strikes. Phillips takes inside 2-2. But you might be right about what you said concerning Eric Hinske. He might get one tonight.
Yep.
He hit that one pretty well. I thought that one had a chance. 2-2 pitch. Hinske is a guy who has been with winning teams. He is hoping it rubs off here with Pittsburgh, and it has. through the first month. Granted, they were swept by Milwaukee. Went 2-4 on the most recent road trip. Took 2 of 3 from San Diego, and then ran into Giovanni Gallardo. A one-man band. He was the one-man gang on Wednesday. The 2-2 delivery. This one is to center field, and Nate McLouth puts it away for the first out. Phillips is down 4 in a row to start the game for Zach Duke. You know, Monday night, when the Brewers come in, it's Gallardo against Mulholland. That's going to be a good pitching matchup. If you're out there and haven't seen a Pirates game in person yet this season, you might want to consider that one. Jay Bruce trying to bunt his way on. I don't know if we're going to see that very often out of the slugging right fielder.
No, not a real confident approach. A short porch to right field.
Well, where Andy LaRoche is playing him at third, he's basically playing back of the bag and in the hole.
He's giving him that hit.
So he was trying to take advantage of it. 0-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball outside.
But he's given up his right to swing for an extra base hit or a home run by taking the easy single. And of course, it's not really automatic either that he gets the signal, even though LaRoche playing very deep. He could mess up the bunt, leave it right in front of home plate. Jaramillo throws him out easy, or he could get it too close to the mound, and Duke, who's a lefty, he's falling that way anyway, could make the play.
LaRoche has it. Toss to Duke. 2 down.
Should have bunted.
Are you doing the I told you so thing again already?
Duke, nice job of breaking early. No contest. Got him by a good 3 steps. Fastball on his hands.
'26-year-old Zach Duke, Clifton, Texas. Facing Adam Rosales. Rosales, left side infielder. He will play shortstop some, but not with Alex Gonzalez in the lineup. He's playing third tonight. Edwin Encarnacion on the 15-day disabled list, but he'll be out more than that. Fractured left wrist. So while the Reds lose Encarnacion, they bring up Rosales, who is tearing up the minor leagues in Louisville. Got on pace in 17 straight games there. Hit over 400 when he got the call to come back. In fact, what had happened was he had left the ballpark one day last week and saw on his caller ID it was his manager calling. And he said, oh boy, because he forgot to pay the clubhouse dues. He said, I know why he's calling. And the manager said, hey, you forgot to pay the clubhouse dues, as he knocks him to left field for a hit. So come back and do that and then get your bags packed because you're going to Cincinnati. And he's got a knock in the first Cincinnati hit of the ball game off Zach Duke.
It looks like he's going to stay a little hot. That ball was down and even outside half of the plate, I think. Was able to go down and get it. Hit it pretty hard in the left field.
Alex Gonzalez doesn't have a hit against the Pirates this year. Doesn't have a lot of hits, period. Hitting at 190. Trying to improve that. Got a couple of doubles on the year. And Duke with 2 outs. First pitch is high and outside. Ball 1, 1-0.
Some shaky batting averages on this Cincinnati Red team, considering they play in, if not the best hitting ballpark in the National League. One of the top 2 or 3.
Duke's 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Well, you look at Jerry Hairston Jr., 179 hitter. Brandon Phillips, 188. Alex Gonzalez, 190. You got a third of your lineup hitting below 200. Rosales the lead from first. And they'll throw to first, and he's back. Pirates wearing their alternate black jerseys for the 3rd time this year. 2nd time at home. They did wear them on the road trip in San Diego. Looked pretty good with the gray pants, too. 2 to Alex Gonzalez.
Well, I'm glad we don't have the red.
I don't think the red was all that popular.
Yeah, it just wasn't popular with me. I know that. Especially when we were playing the Cardinals or Reds while we were wearing red uniforms.
1-2 pitch. And he struck him out, and Zach Duke strands a runner after giving up a hit. 2 strikeouts for Zach Duke.
Got to have the pink cotton candy too. That, you know, they make that blue stuff that,
See,
it just doesn't count. That's got to have the pink stuff.
It's the bubble gum.
That's the real deal.
Andy LaRoche, Jason Jaramillo, Brian Bixler against Bronson Arroyo in the bottom of the second. No score. And that high leg kick, the signature leg kick, and LaRoche hits this one into center field. A leisurely jaunt back for Taveras, who makes the catch, and there's one away. Andy LaRoche has really turned it on. Well, you talk about those kids too, and they should come back on a Sunday. All Sundays, Pirate home games are kids' days. Starts in Federal Street, Giant Eagle Kids Fun Zone before the game. Goes after the final pitch, when all kids are invited to run the bases right down on the playing field. This Sunday, Pirates host the Reds. Kids 14 and under will receive a baseball glove courtesy of Dick's Sporting Goods. To get tickets for this or any other Kids Sunday game, call 1-800-5-BUCKS or visit Pirates.com. Jaramillo, switch hitting catcher, batting left against Bronson Arroyo. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So far, he has really risen to the occasion.
This one was lifted foul and out of play. Well, I tell you what, he had to play at home in front of his home crowd. He lives about a half hour from Miller Park in Milwaukee, and he played 2 of the 3 games there. His dad was waiting for him outside the clubhouse on the final day when he didn't play. Jaramillo strikes out. It had to be. He was probably more nervous to play in front of his friends and family than he was perhaps any other game he's played at the minor or major league level.
Imagine that to be the truth.
Talking to hitting coach Don Long about what he thought he saw. So Brian Bixler, recalled recently from Indianapolis to take the place of Jack Wilson. Wilson on the DL with a problem with his left middle finger. and he might be out for a little while. 0-1 to Bixler is high.
Haven't really found anything that they could fix in that finger. Just right now, just going to go with some rest and see how it feels in a few more days.
Pirates would like to get Jack back out there, but not at the expense of having him with a nagging injury all year long. Want to get him healed right now. 1-2 pitch. The breaking ball is just wide of third. A little earlier today, Jack Wilson now trying to get some stuff done with Perry Hill, the infield coach.
Jack pretending he's quarterback.
He's just throwing. Yeah, he has somebody catching for him.
He's got to do something. Keep that arm loose, exercised.
Is that how Ben Roethlisberger plays catch in baseball? He has somebody to catch for him?
I guess.
He's just trying not to get any contact on that left middle finger with his glove. Bixler hits this one in the air to left field. Jerry Hairston Jr. makes the catch, and the Pirates are retired in order through 2. No score here at PNC Park. In the ball game, college football news today. The boys in Congress went after the BCS boys today.
Yeah, I heard a little something about that on the news.
John Swofford, the head of the BCS, got grilled in Congress today. There's a ground ball right down to third on the first pitch, and Ryan Hannigan, the catcher, is out. So if you're waiting for a college football playoff, you're still going to have to wait, but there's movement in that direction, it would seem. And perhaps for somebody like Dave Wanstead, that might be good news, although the Big East is one of those exclusive conferences that gets to participate in the national championship, where we saw Utah be excluded. The best they could do was number 2, and they went and they pounded Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. Same team that played Pitt in the Fiesta Bowl last time they busted the BCS, and you remember the outcome there. Wasn't too positive for the Panthers. 1-1 to Bronson Arroyo without a hit this year, but he leads the National League with 5 sacrifice bunts. Won't be sacrificing here.
Someday they'll get that all figured out.
You really think so?
Yeah, I think they will. Well, I kind of like the way it was. Now I believe it's messed up.
Arroyo strikes out, and there are 2 down in the Cincinnati third. Willie Taveras will come to the plate next. Let's take a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. And 158 hits allowed, fewest in the National League for the Pirates, 174 for Cincinnati.
Just a lot of real good numbers this year for that pitching staff. Hopefully it'll continue along.
Dodgers have been getting a lot of wins, but still have given up more hits than the Pirates have this year. Taveras waits, 2 down. And pitch is low for ball. Willie flying out to Nate McLeod to start the ball game.
I thought it was kind of a telling little stat I saw on the paper here on the desk. The last time the Pirates led the National League in ERA through the month of April was the last time the Pirates had a winning record, 1992. Coincidence? I think not.
It's like that Lincoln Kennedy thing.
Yeah.
2-1 to Taveras. 2 balls and 1 strike to pitch. And this one's popped foul.
You have to be able to pitch to win. It's simple as that.
Well, Zach Duke says he feels really good the way things are going, and they have been going well. He's had 1 bump in the road. That's it. Suffered a loss for it here.
Joe Kerrigan just been raving about him since spring training, about how locked in he is and how focused he is on his work. Loves it.
2-2. Inside corner called. Strike 3. And Zach Duke now through 3 innings has struck out 4 Cincinnati Reds. Duke is locked in and pounds the inside corner right there. Here, Zach Duke leads off the bottom of the 3rd inning against Bronson Arroyo. Still scoreless here at PNC Park. 2 for 9. Both of those hits doubles. And he rips one toward the middle. Phillips kind of got handcuffed, but recovers to throw out Zach Duke. 1 away. Well, Sabrin on Sports Beat's Kids Night has a new date, Thursday, June 18th. And Stan needs your help with the show. We're looking for 2 boys and 2 girls aged 10 to 17 to be his co-hosts. Now you can enter a random drawing. Visit FSNinsider.com today. They've extended the entry period until June 10th. You can be on TV and co-host with Stan Sabrin. Andrew Morgan 1-for-1, takes a strike.
Slow curveball for strike one. You won't see too many guys take a hack at that pitch.
There's the fastball up high, 1-1. Niger probably looking for that fastball. That's the one he took the other way in his first at bat. Inside outed it to left field. 1-1 pitch. Back to the screen. 1-2. Morgan has raised his average just a little bit from 307 to 315. After his first inning at bat, Freddie Sanchez.
On base percentage up there, high 370s.
And this one is just a bit foul. Just missed the third base bag. Slightly late on the fastball.
Run scored and on base percentage. A couple of big numbers to look at.
Morgan takes high, 2-2.
And try to go upstairs and jam him again.
Niger Morgan has 16 runs scored. He and Freddie Sanchez each with 16 apiece. He had 3 of those in the game Monday in Milwaukee, and he hits this one high in the air and deep to right center field. Willie Taveras trying to get underneath it, and he does, to retire Niger Morgan. 2 men out. Ball just hung up there. And Taveras had all day to run under it.
The wind blowing up the river, pushing everything toward left. Taveras hollering that he got it. Don't want anybody getting in his way. I don't think there was anybody really close, but better be safe than sorry.
Strike call to Sanchez. Niger Morgan. The stylish Niger Morgan. He's got the new stylish sunglasses he wears. He's got all kinds of hats he likes to wear. Little nubber up in front of the mound. And there's Arroyo to take care of Sanchez. And for the second straight inning, the Pirates are done in order. Has won the Roberto Clemente Award. Who was it? Give me the answer on the bottom of the
Clemente statue outside of center field by the Clemente Bridge. Brought it over from Three Rivers.
How many fields do you think are named after him around the country?
I'm sure there's quite a few of them.
I know where there's a new one outside the country,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about in a little bit. Neil Huntington, general manager of the Pirates, will join us in the bottom of the inning. The Pirates yesterday opening up their Academia de Baseball in El Toro outside Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. And Roberto Clemente Field. In college, I played on Roberto Clemente Field in Boston.
Oh, Boston.
Yep. There's one that's not far from Fenway Park, as a matter of fact. It's about 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away.
That surprises me that all the great players that they've had in Boston Red Sox.
Well, it gives you an idea of how influential
the impact he had.
The impact Clemente had. 2-1 pitch. Rip foul, Jerry Hairston Jr. Now with the 2-ball 2-strike count. He is 0 for 1. Struck out looking in the first inning.
I played on a Clemente Field too. Pirate City.
Yeah. That's right. They got down. Speaking of Pirate City, Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, was there today with the Yankees on an extended spring game against the Pirates minor leaguers.
They held him down, you told us.
Yeah, he hit third every inning in the game. That's what they'll do in rehab situations to get him at bats. He had 6 at bats. He went 1 for 6. Didn't play the field. He'll probably play third base in a game in Tampa, they think, tomorrow. But yeah, he was at Pirate City today using the facilities. And
good job, Baby Bucks.
Hitting indoors, and the Baby Bucks held him down 1 for 6. See, he makes the news for everything else but what he does at Pirate City.
No,
or what he didn't do at Pirate City today.
We pointed it out.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jerry Hairston. And Duke's pitch is cut on and missed, strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Zach Duke.
Both these guys got it going. Zach, a lot of times, is not a swing and miss guy. He's getting a lot of tonight. Is that changeup right there? I didn't catch the grip in time. I had that good changeup movement.
Joey Votto, 20 runs batted in. Interesting thing about Votto is the number of runs he does drive in and the percentage of his team's RBIs. The team has 75 runs batted in. He has 20 of them. That's almost 27% of his team's runs he has produced.
No more Adam Dunn. No more Griffey. He's their guy, and he has definitely stepped it up. He's got all those RBIs with just 3 home runs. That's another thing kind of impressive about it.
9 doubles. Right behind Freddie Sanchez is 10. Sanchez number 1 in the National League. Votto number 2. And this one is up the middle and a base hit for Joey Votto. 1 out single, and the Reds have a man aboard. Second hit off Zach Duke.
Playing him over in the hole at second base. And even though this ball was pulled a little bit, you can see that Freddie had absolutely no chance. That ball goes over the other side of the mound, and it's an easy play for Bixler.
Brandon Phillips 0 for 1. Fly out to McLeod in center field to start the second inning. 186.
Yeah, Phillips is the player that I'm sure has them really shaking their heads right now.
Just waiting for him to break out. Unfortunately, it's already May. Spring training, he was bothered by a bit of the flu and sat out a little bit of time. Jaramillo quickly out of the crouch. A strong secondary lead by Votto that time, trying to convince Jaramillo he might be going. Mark Berry down at third.
Well, if he gets too excited over there, Duke can pick him off. Duke has an excellent move.
2 strikes now.
Berry's that kick around a lot. That time just a little bit of a slide step. Duke and Mulholland both do a fine job of controlling that running game. And the two of them, they come up with a whole sack full of pickoffs by the end of the year.
One, two. Fouled away, Kyle Cole. Well, looking forward to talking to Neil Huntington about his trip down to the Dominican Republic, the new Pirates facilities there, which are said to be some of the best, if not the best, in Latin America now. Great area, rich in baseball talent. Pirates hope to mine more players out of Latin America. Phillips to right. Backing up is Hinsky. Two men out. Votto will retreat to first.
That was a real nice shot of that move to the plate that Duke has. That time he gave the little bit of a kick, kind of tucks that knee in a little. Sometimes he's real quick, he won't kick at all, and that shot there shows you a little bit of what that runner is looking at from that same angle, and he's trying to read that front leg.
Jay Bruce 0 for 1. Votto off of first, and Bruce skies this one to center. Nate McLouth and Niger Morgan. McLouth calls off Morgan, like center fielders get priority, and he makes the catch. Neil Huntington, general manager of the Pirates, will join us when we come back. Three-game series here at PNC Park with Bob Walk. I'm Tim Neverett. Very happy to have with us in the booth this half inning the general manager of the Pirates, Neil Huntington. As Arroyo's first pitch to Nate McLouth misses for ball one. Well, welcome back.
Oh, great to be here. We had a great trip down to the Dominican and just an outstanding opening to the academy down there.
The Academia de Baseball, and there goes the ball down right field line. That ball is foul. Trying to teach some players down there to hit like that.
Exactly, and then the nice part about it is we just really enacted Bob Nutting's vision. This was all about Bob. This was something he wanted to do a couple years ago, and we've benefited from it. And just a fantastic facility down there.
McLouth hits this one over toward the dugout, and Rosales is into the stands, and he caught the baseball. McLouth is retired. Terrific play by Adam Rosales as he hung with it and went into the stands, and Nate a little disappointed in the outcome of that. But Rosales, you got to tip your cap to him for hanging with this one.
He got over there and kind of fought his way in. Took it away, held on to it. Must be a Cincinnati fan.
You got to get a little bit more aggressive there.
Yeah. That was a nice play, though. Yeah.
It's a great catch.
Tip your hat to him.
That's a great catch. Well, you mentioned Bob Nutting, and his foresight and commitment really helps in this area, because now as a GM, you can look to that part of the world even more seriously because of his commitment to develop players.
Oh, without question, because of the significant financial and actually emotional investment that Bob put forward for us. We feel this is a significant advantage for us, competitive advantage for us down there, not only in developing players because of the facilities, but in recruiting players. The Buscones, the agents that represent the young players that came through a workout the other day, they were raving about the facility. Even some moms and dads were around, and they couldn't believe it, and the kids were just in awe. So it's a great facility. It's a competitive advantage for us, both in recruiting and developing our players.
Roche grounds out to second base. Take a peek at what it looks like in El Toro, just outside Santo Domingo, Pittsburgh Pirates Dominican headquarters. Family members of Roberto Clemente there with Bob Nutting.
Neil, explain to everybody why it's so important to have this type of facility in Dominican, that you need it because, you know, these players aren't under the same kind of rules that they would be in the States.
Well, in the United States, they become draft eligible basically at the age of 18, whereas down there, once they become about 16 and a half, you can sign them. Rene Gallo can walk into a workout, see a player, offer him $10, $15, $20, $25, or $100,000 and sign the player immediately. So he's able to sell the facility. He's able to sell our programs that we're going to put in, the life skills programs, the educational programs, starting with Spanish as a primary language, transitioning to English as a secondary language, some life skills, some budgeting, some communication, some interpersonal relationship skills, and we sell the program, we sell the facility. The facility sells itself, but we sell our program. But there's only certain ways you can acquire players, and the amateur players, you either get them in the draft or you get them internationally. And with this facility down there, with players from Colombia or players from Panama, it's going to help us internationally because of that facility.
With no draft down there, it's kind of like you have a whole island of 15-year-old free agents, and you have to identify which of these kids are viable big leaguers. And don't leave yet, all right?
I can stay.
All right. Neil Huntington's going to stick around with us. Hinsky strikes out 3 in a row for the 3rd straight inning against Bronson Arroyo. Being honored. That's tonight's Geico quote. And talking about the facility in the Dominican Republic that opened yesterday, Roberto Clemente Field is. And Bob and I were asking the question: how many fields around, North America, Latin America are named Roberto Clemente Field? There's probably more than people realize.
The amazing part is the influence that Roberto's had in that island. As we were doing some of our tours around the other complexes, you see stickers or you see hand drawings of the number 21 on players' lockers or on in their rooms. It's amazing how much respect he has down there.
As we look around the community, and of course, there'll be a major benefit to the community as a whole having the facility there. So not just developing baseball players, but real excitement around that community to have the Pirates there.
Well, we've paired up with a school down there, and we've donated some computers and a bus, and we're going to benefit from it, and that we'll have the educational facilities available for our players. But as importantly, much like we do everywhere with our system, we want our players to get out and get involved in the community. We have a community service program at every level, and the Dominican will be no different. And much like we try to do everywhere, we want our players to develop as people. We try to expose them to life skills and try to help them become better people as well as better players, so that when they're done with their careers, and more often than not it's going to be before they get to the big leagues, that they can go out and make a positive impact in their community. Alex
Gonzalez, the shortstop. Down to third, Andy LaRoche. 2 down.
With Bob Nutting giving you the resources to make this huge financial commitment down in the Dominican Republic in order to mine that area for the 15, 16-year-old kids, it just kind of goes hand in hand with what you're trying to do as an organization of putting your financial eggs into the basket of rebuilding the minor leagues and going after the best amateur talent absolutely possible.
Without question. We did it a year ago in the draft. We have the resources to do it again this year in the draft, although the elite level talent's down a little bit. But for us to be the organization that we expect to be and believe we're going to be, we need to acquire elite level talent.
This
and to be able to do that
fits right in with that philosophy.
Without question. We've got money to do things we need to do in Latin America in the draft. We have this beautiful facility. We have Bradenton. I'm not sure there's anybody in baseball that's set up facility-wise as well as we are at this point.
Ryan Hannigan, a base hit to center field. Third hit for the Reds, and Bronson Arroyo will come to the plate. And your scouting efforts, really, you want to have global scouting efforts.
We absolutely do, and that's where this is. While it's in the Dominican Republic, for us it's going to be our Latin American headquarters. And Venezuela is a tough political climate right now. We have a team in Venezuela. We hope to keep a team in Venezuela, but if someday we had to close that, we could very easily expand the academy in the Dominican Republic based on just putting, instead of 2 players in a room, put 4. So we can grow and expand as time goes.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing how it develops players and how it all works out. Neil, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
All right. Halfway home in Pittsburgh. Time to get in our Aflac trivia question answer. Question was, the only Pirate ever to win the Roberto Clemente Award. Bob? It wasn't Bob Waugh.
I don't know.
Willie Stargell. 1974.
That makes sense. Willie also with his statue out on Federal Street, just down the ways from Clemente's.
Andy LaRoche, Jason Jaramillo, Brian Bixler against Bronson Arroyo. Pitch is a little bit high and outside. Ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. LaRoche flying out to center field. First time up. He had an 11-game hitting streak snapped on Wednesday. Actually, it was on Tuesday in Milwaukee. So far at PNC Park, he hasn't hit as well as he would have liked. He had that difficult stretch to start the season when the team had the long homestand. So trying to get his home average up. He's hit safely in 12 of his last 14 games. A 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and a strike now to Andy LaRoche.
He showed a little mental toughness this year. After what happened to him last season, after the trade, coming over and just doing just about nothing with the bat, and then getting off to a slow start this year. I mean, he could have given into it very easily.
Now the leadoff man is aboard as LaRoche has reached base safely. 2009 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines has low fares with no hidden fees. Book now on southwest.com, where what you see is what you pay. So Andy LaRoche has reached base safely in 14 straight games. Jaramillo struck out his first time up. Switch hitting catcher, batting left-handed. He has only batted right-handed on 2 occasions. He's 1 for 2 right-handed, 9 for 28 left-handed. An overall average of .333. LaRoche dives back safely.
He's 10 hits, 5 of them been doubles. So we were talking about it his first at bat, how he's able to rise to the occasion. And you know, unexpectedly so, at least for me, because of the scouting report we got, was he's kind of here because he's a excellent defensive catcher, and for a backup, and then he steps out there, he's going to have to play every day for a while and hitting rockets in the gaps. 10 hits, 5 doubles.
1-0 pitch. And this one's the other way. It is slicing. It is slicing. Foul. Jaramillo will have to go pick up his bat again and try it again. If he get that ball down near the left field line, Jerry Hairston playing off the line for the left-handed hitter, he might have had double number 6.
Hairston, I don't think he went back toward left center quite as far this time.
He didn't. He's guarding the line now.
A little bit closer to that line.
And this time it's ripped into right center field, and that ball's going to hang up there for Jay Bruce.
Well, he got the head of the bat to it, that's for sure. Good at bat for Jason.
He stung it, but the ball just hung up for Bruce, and he makes the catch.
Tried to throw it by him upstairs. That's what he swung and missed, struck out with first time up. That high fastball, a little up and away, almost the exact same pitch that he lines to right field this time.
Brian Bixler next, flying out to Hairston and left, 0 for 1.
So Jason went to school and learned his lesson. He was ready to get on top of that high fastball this time. But you can only control getting good wood on it, hitting it hard. You can't guide it. That baseball, when it leaves the bat, is not remote control. You can't send it up that gap. If it's at somebody, so be it. You got to live with it.
1-0 pitch expected from Arroyo, but he just stood there and waited for Bixler to call time.
Kind of like a pitcher, all he can do is try and take the sting out of the bat, try to stay out of the sweet spot, and when the ball's put in play, he's got to live with it. If it's a seeing eye ground ball or a little blooper somewhere, nothing he can do about it. And the same thing with the hitter. He's trying to find the sweet spot, but even if he doesn't guarantee success.
Two balls, no strikes to Brian Bixler. And the breaking ball is in there. 2-1.
Pretty good control. You drop in a 2-0 curveball to a number 8 hitter.
Zach Duke up next. Both Zach Duke and Bronson Arroyo enter with the same record at 3-1. And the breaking ball fought off.
That one didn't break as much. Bixler thought that he had a kind of a hanging breaking ball out over the plate. Well, it was hanging, but it never moved out over the plate. It stayed inside on him, just would not break. Hey, look at that ball, just almost move inside from the camera angle.
Yeah, you see, in an effort to keep his hands inside the ball, you can see where he brought his elbows in before he came around. 2-2 pitch. He fouls it off.
He recognized that was going to be a breaking ball, thought it was going to move away from him out over the plate, and all it did was kind of move down. Kept him tied up. And if that would have been a slider, that would be what's referred to as a backup slider, which is a very effective pitch if you can throw it on somebody's hands.
LaRoche, the lead from first, and the pitch. Again, fouled away.
The problem with those backup breaking balls, backup sliders, those are accidents. They're supposed to break. But when they don't and they stay on somebody's hands, they're pretty effective.
Bixler fighting off Bronson Arroyo. Bronson Arroyo named after the actor Charles Bronson. 2-2. Way outside, it gets away, and down to second goes LaRoche. Wild pitch charge to Bronson Arroyo. And now a runner in scoring position for the Pirates with 1 out.
He really came off the glove hard. I was kind of thinking in my mind that had to catch his shin guard the way that ball caromed, but looked like it just hit the leather.
We'll loosen that leather up a little.
Yeah, put a little glove oil on that spot or something.
Rock hard. And the off-speed pitch, and Bixler strikes out.
Bixler, who was so locked in spring training and then locked in his start in the minor leagues, has come up cold.
2 outs for Zach Duke. LaRoche, the runner at second base. He is a guy that Pirates would love to get in here, and Duke is capable of driving him in. Probably looking first pitch fastball, maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he would let that go by as a strike. First pitch curveball popped it up.
Got the first pitch part right, and the Pirates strand LaRoche at second base. We are through 5, still scoreless at PNC Park. Ryan Domit demonstrates the art of blocking balls in the dirt.
You want to try to funnel it so that when the ball hits, it kind of corrals up here, and the ball tries to stay as close to home plate as possible.
You can catch the entire tip on Sunday's Pirates pregame show beginning at 1 o'clock right here on FSN Pittsburgh. Jason Jaramillo, he's had to block his share of balls in the dirt. And that's one of the things, Bob, that I think is lost on a lot of young kids learning how to catch. When you go to a kids game, you see a lot of balls going to the backstop, but they need to know exactly what Ryan Dolan was showing them there. They can save their team a lot of runs.
But don't try and catch the ball. You just get your body in front of it, get those shin guards in the dirt. You notice that Ryan, both shin guards down in the dirt. Shin guards in the dirt, glove down in the dirt, and then you got a lot of soft areas for that ball to hit so that the ball doesn't go anywhere.
There's a swing and a drive off the bat of Willie Taveras. Going back is Niger Morgan. He's not going to get it, and that is a ground rule double.
Home run anywhere else. 410 to the corner, as we've seen over the years. It's like a magnet out there. How many balls get hit right in that corner? But I don't think there's anywhere else that has a 410 gap. So they'll save you a run occasionally, and it did here.
San Diego might have one. 400 on one side. But this one just unable to get to it. Niger Morgan, who can get to most balls out there, just not that one. So Jerry Hairston Jr. at the plate. Pirates playing the bunt. Adam LaRoche will glove it and tag Hairston Jr. Take the out. Sacrifice 3 unassisted, and down to third is Taveras.
Well, you could almost bet the ranch that was going to be a bunt. Just get that runner over to third base with their big RBI man. Taveras is trying to steal home. Tag him. Tag him.
Where's he going?
He's faking like he needs something. Watch, he's going to hit. Oh, okay.
Well, see, now he's out of the baseline. So
I thought he was just going to. I thought he was going to try to touch the plate.
Thought that guy was handing him a beverage there for a moment.
What is it that he wants?
Oh, he's going to have his.
His
sliding guard there.
Yes, to keep his wrist from. Must be going on contact and is expecting contact at the plate.
Can't run without that.
Either that or he's going to bowl a few games.
Got that Earl Anthony glove.
Yeah.
One out.
Infield tight.
Field is in, and again a very speedy Willie Taveras at third base. He'll get a good jump because LaRoche is playing off the bag over near the edge of the cutout, almost guarding the hole at third base.
You got that left-handed pitcher too that has to peek at you over his shoulder.
The left-handed hitter up, and there's a run for Cincinnati. I don't know why Taveras was going back to the bag. That was a low line drive base hit, and it's 1-0. Joey Votto drives in his 21st run. This one's one where you can just take off right away. As deep as McLeod was playing. But either way, it gets the run across, and Cincinnati strikes first here in the 6th. Joey Votto continues to drive in almost 27% of Cincinnati's runs. Brandon Phillips now at the plate. Zach Duke throws over to first. Phillips 0 for 2. He's flying out twice, once to center and once to right field. And he takes a healthy cut and misses. Well, that ball Taveras hit, that's probably as far as Willie can hit the baseball. Bounced about, what, 405 maybe?
Yeah, he hit it over 400 feet. And it might as well have been a home run because they ended up getting it in. It's almost better if it was a home run.
The 0-1 pitch on the corner for a called strike. 0-2.
One of the things that baseball always has its sayings. Well, one of the best ways to kill a rally is a home run. Because look what happens, because it's a double, then they get a guy at third. Now we bring the infield in. Now Votto has changed the way he's trying to hit all around.
0-2 is toward the middle. Freddie Sanchez gloves it. He's got to stare Votto back to first, and there are 2 men out.
Votto recognizing that this ball wasn't hit very hard, threw on the brakes, able to get back. Yeah, if you knew ahead of time that somebody was going to score, you'd just as soon go ahead and hit a solo home run, get it over with. And that way you got a clean sheet, nobody on base. Everybody can just play deep, play defense the way they normally would.
Jay Bruce bounced out to Adam LaRoche in the 2nd inning, flying out to Nate McLouth in center in the 4th. Votto the lead from first. Zach Duke giving him a look.
They're really paying attention to Votto. But it looks like you can almost, as a pitcher, reach out and tag him with that long lens. From that view, you can see the knee of Duke coming up. If Duke crosses, say there's you can see the rubber. If you draw a line across that rubber, if his knee comes over on this side of the line, he must go home. He can't come to first base or it's a balk. That's one of the things that the runner will be looking for.
And Bruce hammers this one down the right field line, and that one hooks foul.
Thank you. That was close.
In the back row, nice grab.
You know, I misspoke.
Yeah, that does hurt, doesn't it?
I misspoke there with the knee. It's the foot that has to come through that plane of the rubber, not the knee.
Well, Bruce is hoping, but the ball just hooked around the foul pole. And he'll have to do it again. 1 ball and 1 strike. Votto again off of first base, and Zach Duke getting a sign. Breaking ball.
As you can see, sometimes in that shot there, Duke, he will try to crowd his knee in this direction right here, but he tries to leave his foot on the home plate side of that rubber so that he doesn't get nicked with that balk. There's the quick step.
And a line drive to right center. McLouth is going to cut it off. Votto is heading to third. Runners at the corners for Cincinnati and 2 out. Base hit by Jay Bruce.
That time Duke tried a quick pitch home.
Adam Rosales, who had a single his first time up, then grounded out to shortstop in the 5th.
When you change your delivery like that, you know, leg kick sometimes, quick pitch sometimes, that's great for holding on runners, but it's a challenge, I believe, to be consistent with your pitches when your delivery is different from pitch to pitch.
It's challenging, though, from any base runner standpoint, depending on the pitcher's move, to make that decision whether he's going home or coming over. Oftentimes you see guys who are pretty quick, they're going to make up their mind that on the first move they're going to break anyway, regardless of whether he's going to first, trying to get a big jump. Nigel Morgan does that. Does it fairly well on left-handers. 1 ball and no strikes to Rosales. 2-0. Jaramillo goes out to talk to Duke. Holding runners, how does it affect a pitcher in his delivery when he shortens up that first step, slide step?
Well, it just makes it tougher to get the timing of your arm coming through. Your arm wants to drag because that front side gets out so much quicker. The leg kick is a timing mechanism to begin with. So when you take that out, everything is different. You got to make sure if you're going to slide step like we saw there, the replay with Duke, that you get the ball out of your glove and get the arm coming through quicker than when you take a traditional leg kick like you just saw from that pitch there. A little bit of a problem here as count goes to 3-0.
Zach Duke deep into this count, and he hasn't had one of these yet. 3-0 to Rosales. Jaramillo set up outside and had to reach back over the plate.
Be like a hitter, if one pitch he's got a big kick and a hitch, and then the next time up he's all spread out and just swinging all upper body. I mean, you can't change things around and be consistent.
Duke walks Rosales, first base on balls, and now the bases are full of Reds, and Joe Kerrigan will sprint out of the dugout.
Not like Rosales down to first, though. Boy, he must have been watching the old Cincinnati film, seeing the way Pete Rose would go down the line.
Used to sprint. Well, if you're traveling and can't watch your Pirates on FSN, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.TV. MLB.TV is the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games a week live on your computer, and catch those you missed on demand. New 2009 MLB.TV premium features include HD quality where available, and the ability to pause, fast forward, and rewind live games. For more details, visit Pirates.com, where baseball is always on. We say hello to anybody who's watching us on.
There's the PR department.
MLB.TV right now.
Jim Trudinich on the left.
Chewing a lot of gum out there.
Dan Hart on the right.
Pitch missing for a ball, so Zach Duke 1-0 to Alex Gonzalez. Bases loaded, one run is in here in the sixth. 1-0 Reds. Watch out. Ball went to the backstop. Bat went down by the tarp. Mark Berry, third base coach, goes and retrieves it for Alex Gonzalez.
They gave it a little tap to see if it was broke. There's that change up with that real good movement.
Better duck.
I think everybody's a little hurt there. I think looked like Jason Jaramillo got stung on his throwing hand with the ball.
1-1 to Gonzalez. And Duke's pitch. Swinging strike, 1-2. So big pitches now. The next 1 or 2 or 3 for Zach Duke, trying to limit the damage in the sixth inning.
After those last two pitches, you would think at some point he's going to do the same thing again with that changeup. Almost got a little screwball movement to it tonight. Bottom falling out of it. Looking on with the bad right wrist.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Alex Gonzalez. Zach Duke's pitch is a little bit high, 2-2. Now Domit, he's got the wrap on the right wrist, but during certain parts of the day, he'll have to wear a bone stimulator unit for 3 hours straight, and it stimulates the blood in that area and hopefully helps it heal faster. There's one right back to Duke. His play is to first, and that'll do it as the Reds leave him loaded, but they put a run across. Willie Tavares, a ground rule double. He came around to score. The Pirates trailing 1-0. Freeze cam, and look at Cheese Chester. The lean at the end, and he wins the pierogi race tonight. What you didn't know is that the Pirate pair tripped him up at the beginning, and he was several lengths behind and had to come back and overtake the field for the victory tonight.
His only chance would have been this year because they've increased the length of their run.
Yeah.
Last season, he would have been done. There was no time to regroup. He'll be in the marathon coming up, too. He's not only a sprinter, he's a distance runner.
Yeah, he'll be in the marathon.
The Cheese can go the distance.
Yeah. It's like some precipitation is starting to come out of the skies.
Yeah, we've known all along that at some point tonight we were going to get a little wet.
Roger Morgan follows that one back. 1-2 to Morgan. Well, umbrella. Foul tip into the glove of Ryan Hannigan for strike 3, so 1 out. Let's take a look at Cheese Chester tonight. He had to come all the way back. Now he's in front of the bullpen.
There he makes his move.
Look at that speed.
He saw an opening on the inside. Sal left a little space on the inside in between him and the grass, and that's all Cheese needed.
He is the Usain Bolt of pierogies. Training on potatoes and cheese.
We had pierogies tonight, didn't we?
We did. Press run at pierogies. Very good. One-0 to Freddie Sanchez. Now 2 balls and no strikes.
Water. What happened to the cotton candy?
Gonna have something to wash it down with.
Well, yeah. Nice Pepsi will do. Once you get the sugar going, you got to stay with it.
Tavares stays with this one and makes the catch for out number 2. Freddie Sanchez is 1 for 3. Singled in his first at bat. He's grounded out, now flied out.
Offense has gone into hibernation here the last couple of games. Only got 2 hits. Wednesday, getting shut out.
Nate McLeod trying to change things. McLeod hit into a double play and then flied out foul. That play that Adam Rosales went into the stands on just beyond the third base dugout, somehow hung on to it, took it away from a fan who was reaching up to grab it. One and one to McLeod. He's at 250 right now. 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. 1-1 pitch. And he hits this one a long way to left field. Jerry Hairston Jr. in front of the track makes the catch, and the Pirates again down in order. McLeod can't get anything going and will head to the 7th. ball. Doing more on defense. Shortstop Brian Bixler out real early today, taking ground balls, working under the tutelage of infield coach Perry Hill. One of the things Hill has had his infielders doing is taking the ball a little bit deeper into the stance. A lot of times you'll see infielders reach out a little further in front of them, but Perry Hill feels that if you take it deeper into the stance, you're going to be able to get a quicker release. It's the Home Depot doing more on defense. 1-0, top of the 7th inning. Ryan Hannigan, Bronson Arroyo, Willie Taveras facing Zach Duke. Strike. 1-1.
The Pirates really don't believe that he can throw the ball at all. Look at Morgan out in left field.
He's playing left center.
Look how much room there is between the line. Wow.
As a hitter, you go up there, and those are the things you look for. You're a right-handed hitter. The first thing you check's third base, then where the left fielder's playing you. So Hannigan is very much aware of where Morgan's playing him. 3-1 now to Ryan Hannigan. Had a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Take strike 2, count full. You ever have those thoughts as a hitter, or you just want to go up there and get it over with?
You mean
when you were hitting, yeah.
Oh, no, I love to hit. I wasn't very good at it, but I couldn't wait to get to the plate.
Duke walks the leadoff man.
You know, hitting and running the bases was the fun part. That was like being back in Little League again. Even if he couldn't do it. Of course, I couldn't do it in Little League either. So be bunting here.
Bronson Arroyo with 5 sacrifice bunts leads the National League. Andy LaRoche way in on the grass, expecting the bunt from Arroyo. And he puts it right to Andy LaRoche. He'll take a quick look to second. Go there, and he did not get him. Andy LaRoche trying to get the lead runner, Ryan Hannigan, at second base. And Angel Campos said no, he is safe.
Well, I think that Andy looks and then makes his mind up and then decides to throw to second base. I think if you're going to go to second base on this play, you have to have made your mind up before you even touch the baseball that's where you're going to go. Once you look, now it's too late. And I believe that he feel that ball looked, see just a blink of a high hesitation as he was making the decision of whether to go to second or not.
Fielder's choice for Arroyo, first and second. And here is Willie Taveras, also a threat to bunt. He lays one down. Zach Duke will play it. He's got to hurry, and he just gets him with Sanchez covering.
Well, that's a tough play for a pitcher to make when somebody with the speed of Taveras lays one down. Having to come a long ways to get that baseball. That's an excellent defensive play by Zach to get that far. It's a do or die, bare hand that ball and fire a strike and still get him by a quarter of a step.
So Duke in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 7th inning. Some activity in the bullpen just starting for the Pirates. And the infield is in. Jerry Hairston Jr. will take ball 1. Sean Burnett is loosening now for the Pirates. Bucks just need to find a way to generate a couple of runs against Bronson Arroyo. And this one is hit high in the air, but not very deep, toward the line for Nigel Morgan. And he's going to have to reach up, and he cannot make the catch. Foul ball.
There's that wind again coming into play. We saw it very early in this game that it was really going to move the balls around. That wind blowing that direction just kept pushing it further.
You got him right on the noggin. That saved a run for now. because Hannigan would have scored on a ball that Niger would have had to reach over in the stands for.
He catches that, then they score a run, but we get an out of it. So.
See if they can do it another way. One down.
If we trade a run for an out, it's not the end of the world. We still have 3 at bats left, 9 more outs. 2 runs is not huge. And I do realize I'm saying that since we haven't done much of late with the bats, but I think Niger may have misjudged where the wall was. I think he thought he was a little bit closer to it than he actually ended up being.
Two 2-1 pitch. 2-2 the count. So Jerry Hairston Jr. struck out twice, and he sacrificed Willie Taveras over to third base back in the 6th inning. That run would eventually score. 2-2 pitch. Just missed on the inside part of the plate, trying to pound him inside again. Catch the corner, but Zach Duke was too far inside.
Oh, he's on top of the plate. It's a good place to try and pitch him.
And Joey Votto on deck with Hairston, a 3-ball, 2-strike count. And Zach Duke would help himself if he can get Hairston. That is a high fly ball. Brian Bixler will not be able to advance, so that's a big out.
Huge. Outstanding.
Hairston obviously not happy. He didn't get the job done.
Interesting decision right now. With Votto coming up, he is their big RBI guy in this lineup. But he's left-handed, a right-hand hitter on deck that has done nothing this year.
Skies have opened up.
So what are you going to do? And that's what they're going to discuss right now as to what's going to be the strategy here with Votto. He's the big guy, the man that knocks in all the runs. He's at the plate. You got Phillips on the on-deck circle, who's done nothing this year, although he's a right-hand hitter. Who do you go after? Well, we'll find out. Joe Kerrigan went out and told him what the plan will be.
Jason Jaramillo gets into the crouch again. 98 pitches for Zach Duke. We're in the top of inning number 7. And he tries to go inside on Votto. Maybe it's the pitch around him. The intentional one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to watch and see what we'll know what was said when it's all done here with Votto. Just the way they go about pitching him.
1-0, big cut on the miss.
Haven't thrown him a strike yet.
Maybe he's not pitching around it.
Well, he hasn't thrown him a strike yet. So he very easily could be.
And look at the rain.
I mean, it should be 2-0 if Votto keeps the bat on his shoulder. Sometimes you try to pitch somebody around somebody, but you can't. They won't let you.
1-1. This one's down to short. Bixler will handle it. And the Pirates get out of the inning. It is stretch time. Middle of the 7th. Time for the Levin Furniture 7th inning stretch. 1-0 Reds.
Day. And by Levin Furniture, home of the luxury Stearns and Foster mattress.
Pretty practical giveaway tonight at the ballpark. 1-0 Cincinnati. Bottom of the 7th inning. Skies have opened up. Lightened up just a little bit through Chief Dale Scott. Conferred with the grounds crew between innings, and he is saying let's play on. So Bronson Arroyo starts the bottom of the 7th against Adam LaRoche, Eric Hinsky, and Andy LaRoche. And Adam is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Cincinnati has threatened in the 6th and the 7th, only coming away with 1 run.
Yeah, we got to take advantage of what happened that last inning. They had second, third after the sacrifice and couldn't do anything.
Arroyo's 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Well, big weekend here. Kids Glove Day on Sunday. Kids 14 and under get baseball glove courtesy of Dick's Sporting Goods. Get fireworks and Polish Day tomorrow. And Adam LaRoche, a leadoff single. And LaRoche is aboard to start the Pirate half of the 7th. First Zambelli fireworks night of the season is tomorrow night. Pirates hosting the Reds in Game 2. Your first chance to see the skyline of Pittsburgh all lit up. Get to the game early for Polish Day festivities on Federal Street. Live music, authentic Polish food, and a beer garden. For tickets, visit pirates.com. So Eric Hinsky hoping to provide some fireworks right about now against Bronson Arroyo. And he takes a fastball outside, 1-0. Hinsky's 0 for 2.
Yeah, we're really hoping for some good things from Hinsky.
Adam LaRoche at first base. Hinsky, a 1-0 pitch. And he lifts it foul and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hinsky had other opportunities in the free agent market, but he wanted to come to Pittsburgh. He had an opportunity here, saw an opportunity here. And the thing that really drove him to come to the Pirates and choose the Pirates over other teams is the fact he's never played in the National League. Here's one down to third. Rosales goes to Phillips for 1, and that's not going to be a double play. So Hinsky will replace LaRoche at first base. LaRoche retired on the force-out.
Not real strong to turn into double plays tonight, Cincinnati. That, you would think it would be one. Hinsky is not known for his speed. Off the bat, you thought that would be 2.
A lot of guys, though, will turn and look and see where the ball is. He didn't. He knew right where it was, put his head down and went.
There's another shaky turn at second base by Phillips. His throw was well offline.
Andy LaRoche trying to do something. He broke up the no-hit bid, perfect game bid by Giovanni Gallardo in Milwaukee on Wednesday. He doubled to the right center field gap to do it. 1-0, foul straight back. We talked about that bad turn at second base. Let's watch the footwork of Brandon Phillips as he comes over around the bag. I mean, it's right in the hole. It's tailor-made double play ball. It looked like he got sort of hung up around the bag.
That time I thought he was in a much better position than that double play earlier that they made, where he made the throw on the run as he was falling toward left field. It didn't have much on it, but even though he had his feet looked like fairly well planted, he still.
Ball gets away, and down to second is Hinsky as Bronson Arroyo throws it away, and now the tying run is in scoring position with 1 out.
Did us a nice favor.
Hinsky checking the count, 1-1. So 1 out, and Arroyo trying to catch Hinsky.
Well, you know, why are you taking a chance of trying to be real quick with Hinsky out there? All you got to do with him is just, make sure he doesn't have a walking lead. Make sure he starts flat-footed, and you're probably going to give your catcher a chance to make a throw.
Roche takes inside for strike 1 and 2. Error charge to Bronson Arroyo.
Make it hurt. Maybe make him cost for the game.
4 for 16 with runners in scoring position. One ball and 2 strikes to Andy LaRoche. And he hits this one on the ground to second base. Gonzalez retires him. And there are 2 away. And the batter will be Jaramillo. Well, Eric Hinske was in a tough spot where his lead was. Watch him get back to the bag here.
I thought that they were going to go ahead and get him. He takes that little lunge toward third base. Right there, he lunges toward third base. Look how far he was. Couldn't quite see the bag, a little bit out of the shot there, but he had a long ways to go. Gonzalez, he had him if he would have came up and gave the ball to Phillips.
Jason Jaramillo. He had a 2-out double on Tuesday night in Milwaukee after pitcher Dave Bush decided to hit Hinske and Andy LaRoche back to back. There's a broken bat roller down to third. Rosales retires Jaramillo. Jaramillo up there, first ball swinging. And we'll go to the 8th inning. The Reds clinging to a 1-0 lead. This is Lou Brock as baseball's all-time stolen base leader. In case you missed it in baseball, Brian Terrio, the Cubs, at his first career grand slam. The Cubs beat the Fish today 8-6. Josh Hamilton of the Rangers on the 15-day DL. He's got a rib injury. Joe Mauer makes his first appearance tonight coming off the DL. Nick Swisher hit the elbow for the Yankees. Yankees playing the Angels, leading them 4-2 at this point. So here to lead the game. Nick Swisher has been a guy who's provided a spark for New York, and hoping to provide a spark for the Pirates is John Graybo, who comes in to replace Zach Duke. Graybo makes his 11th appearance, leads the staff there in that category. Brandon Phillips, first pitch, takes him the other way to right. Eric Hinske turns around, it's gone. The first pitch thrown by John Graybo ends up over the Clemente wall, and it's 2-0 Cincinnati.
Graybo trying to jump ahead with strike one. He challenged him. I think that was a fastball. It's going to be about bell high and pretty much down the middle. Phillips, who, as we've talked about a lot tonight, off to a terrible slow start, gets going here. Yeah, that's just bell high, maybe over the outside half of the plate. But I'm sure that he's just trying to get ahead and wanted that ball probably a good 5 or 6 inches lower than he ended up throwing it.
Third home run of the year for Brandon Phillips. One ball and one strike to Jay Bruce. One and one. This one is chopped down to first. Adam LaRoche will handle it. And there is one down.
One of those backup type breaking balls that doesn't break much laterally and just hangs inside and ends up, even though it's an off-speed pitch, it ends up jamming the hitter.
John Graybo, veteran left-hander, trying to get another out here. Adam Rosales, 1 for 2 with a walk. One's high. It's starting to rain harder now.
Yeah, it's testing all those umbrellas. Coming down pretty good. Nice change up from Graybo. Youngster way out in front of it.
It is a sea of umbrellas out there, and with good reason.
I think change-ups are most effective against rookie hitters.
And Rosales,
Another one.
He's down on strikes. Nope, not yet. That's only 2.
Another excellent changeup. Saw Duke throw a number of those.
That's tough, though, for Graybo. You come out on the first ball you throw, ends up in the right field bleachers, then you got to come back and wash that one off and just come back and forget about it.
Yeah, it's really difficult for relievers in that regard. They have to be so thin-skinned. A starting pitcher, you give up a home run, especially a solo shot like Phillips said. Most of the time it's so what? It might be the 3rd, 4th inning, something like that. There's a lot of baseball to be played. The starting pitchers live by the bend but don't break rule. Just stay out of the big inning. Where the relief pitchers, when they come in tight games like this, there's no bending allowed. You have to be perfect from the very first pitch you throw. No mistakes.
How tough is it, Bob, to pitch when it's raining out like this? I mean, obviously you're going to have a grip issue with a baseball. But is it more of a mound issue because it gets so moist?
I really don't think there's ever, especially nowadays, they throw the balls out so quick. There's ever an issue with the baseball. It's always the footing on the mound. As long as your footing is okay on the mound, the rain is not going to affect you. But after a while, it starts getting slippery out there, and there's almost nothing you can do. Your cleats just cake up with the dirt, and it's like you don't even have cleats, like you're just pitching in street shoes.
Alex Gonzalez, 1 out, 1 on. Foul ball, 0-1.
But I think we're a ways from there. The dirt has not gotten too muddy yet. There, see, right, he was standing right next to that little plastic thing with the real hard rubber teeth, and that's what you can go and try and get some of that mud out of your cleats with.
That's better than the old tongue depressors with tape wrapped around them.
Yeah.
You used to have to bring those out there. And you used to have to, you see pitchers, as John, he goes to clean his cleats now, but you used to see pitchers just digging the mud out of their cleats with an old tongue depressor.
That can still be the most effective way, though, that you can really dig in on one certain tough spot.
Runner goes, they got him with a good throw. Bixler makes the tag, and there's 2 down. So Rosales is caught trying to steal. 1-3-6 goes the put out.
You were talking earlier about running on first move. There it is. First move. He didn't wait to try and read anything. As soon as he saw movement, boom, he was gone. He was just guessing he's going to go home. And he guessed wrong. But that will either make you out or it'll give you a great jump.
The 2-1 pitch to Gonzalez. 2-2 the count now.
If you're a real fast guy, like let's say a Nigel Morgan, and you have a left-hand pitcher that's got a slow, deliberate leg kick, if you run on first move and even when you guess wrong, occasionally you're going to beat to throw to second base from the first baseman. Because by the time he gets the ball, you're well on your way. And if he's not real quick with that great big first base glove of his, digging the ball out of it, turning and throwing to second, you might steal the base that way.
And as challenging as it is to run on a left-hander, when you get to second base, it's a little easier because his back's facing you and you get a bigger lead. You just have to be aware of the catcher's arm early in a count. He might try to throw one down there if there's nobody else on, but oftentimes when you see guys steal third base, you're going to see him steal it off a left-hander as opposed to a right-hander who can wheel around while he's in his motion and pick you off. Full count to Gonzalez. And this one to right field. Hinske makes the catch, but Brandon Phillips hits the home run on the first pitch he saw from John Graybo. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 2-0 Cincinnati lead. Bixler, as John Russell wants to get a left-handed hitter out there against the right-handed Bronson Arroyo. And then Delwin Young is out on deck. He'll hit from the left side as a switch hitter. He'll hit for Graybo. Pirates trying to get something going. They're down to their final 6 outs tonight. 1-1. Delwin Young.
That home run made it so that Pirates have to play for 2 runs now. They can't. It takes a sacrifice bunt out of play is what it does.
Can't play for the tie unless you already have a run on the board. Pirates don't. Vasquez has faced Bronson Arroyo once in his career. He's 0 for 1. The 1-2 delivery. 2-2. Tyler Yates starting to loosen up.
Both bullpens have action.
Vasquez fouls it away again. Well, Arroyo this season went out and won his first 3 decisions out of his 4 starts, and his last one on Saturday against Atlanta. He went 5 2/3 innings. Ended up losing a 10-2 ball game, giving up 9 hits. Gave up 9 hits on the 20th of April against Houston and won that game 4-3. For his career, he has 6 complete games, and his last one came last August 26th at Houston. and a 2-1 Reds win. 3-2 pitch. Speed inside. Ball 4. And this will bring the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, normally, well, without that home run last inning, the Pirates could perhaps play the sacrifice here, get a runner in scoring position, the tying run. Can't do that now. Here's your bullpen, Weathers and Rhodes.
Delwyn Young has 2 pinch hits already at 14 a year ago with Los Angeles. That's why they brought him here. Takes a strike. Brought him here so he could pinch hit from the right side or the left side. And in a pinch can play the outfield and second base. Oh, and 1 the count. Arroyo deals. And that's on the corner for a strike. Hannigan set up right there, and that's where Bronson Arroyo put it.
Well, Bronson had excellent control tonight. He really held it there for a long time.
1-2. Last pinch hit for Delwyn Young was Monday night in Milwaukee off Milwaukee pitcher Mark DeFelice. Tough job, but he's fairly adept at it. Here's the 1-2. Takes it low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. About the numbers on Bronson Arroyo, 103 pitches so far. As he cruises into the 8th inning.
He's showing some nice patience right now. Shows that he's not new to this pinch hitting stuff. He's not going to get up there and panic and swing at something that's not his pitch.
Juan Vasquez back in plenty of time, and Delwyn Young looking to move him around and get on himself. Nyjer Morgan on deck, and Young with nobody out as Vasquez at first base. Middle infield looking for 2. 2-2 pitch. And this one is hit toward Brandon Phillips at second. He goes to Gonzalez for 1, over to first. And that's what Cincinnati was looking for, the twin kill. And they got it. So the bases are now empty for Nyjer Morgan. Dusty Baker's plan. Well, he really didn't have to plan very much. They knew what to do.
Yeah, they got a breaking pitch, curveball that he just catches the top half of the baseball, drives it right into the ground. That was a nice turn. Gonzalez really does a great job. Actually, both middle infielders right here real quick. Phillips gets a great feed to him, chest high. Turned out to be pretty easy.
Strike 1 to Nyjer Morgan. See that rain just driving down. As a hitter, you just have to get that out of your head. You have to see through it. One ball, 1 strike to Nyjer Morgan. The pitch is low, 2-1.
Everybody has their new umbrellas out all over the place. They're looking down at the stands. It's like looking at my lawn, all the dandelions.
And Morgan's got himself a base hit. And Sanchez will come up, and for the second time in the inning, the tying run at the plate. Although those dandelions, you got to get your lawnmower out.
You got to get the Scots out. Got a bag of it, just haven't put it down yet. Well, you know, here's another negative about that 2-run lead to getting that insurance run. If it was 1-zip right now, I mean, good chance Nyjer with the big leg kick of Arroyo would get himself in the scoring position. But with down by 2 runs, it's a lot bigger gamble to give him the green light.
Sanchez takes a strike. Sanchez has a pair of home runs, 14 extra base hits. Tony Beasley flashing the signs, and manager Morgan, he's hoping to look for one particular sign and get it.
You know, it's not for sure that he wouldn't run being down by 2, but
1-1.
I mean, he just cannot get thrown out right now.
The last thing the Pirates can afford to do is run themselves out of an inning.
They can't make it out on the bases right now. So hopefully Freddie can get McClough to the plate. A couple guys on base, and that's the best case scenario for the Pirates at this point.
2 outs, 2 ball, 1 strike count to Freddie Sanchez. Bronson Arroyo hasn't made too many mistakes tonight. And he delivers strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pirates went down in order in the first inning, the third inning. Beg your pardon, it was the second inning, the third inning, the fourth inning, and the 6th. Safe lead for Morgan. And Sanchez pops it up. First baseman Joey Votto. Now Brandon Phillips calls him off the last moment. And Phillips retires Sanchez, and we'll head to the 9th. 2-0 Reds. First one in 16 years for the Pirates. Tyler Yates, the new pitcher, takes over for John Grayboe. 10th appearance for Yates. ERA is a bit inflated, trying to get that down. Top of the 9th, 2-0 Cincinnati, and Yates trying to get the Pirates to the plate in the bottom of the 9th to face Ryan Hannigan. And looks like that's it for Bronson Arroyo. Lance Nix is out of the on-deck circle.
Yeah, they'd rather score another run at least here than have a complete game out of Bronson. So they're going to throw a pinch hitter up there.
First pitch is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Yates got tagged for the loss earlier this week. The first game against Milwaukee. Leadoff man aboard now in the 9th for Cincinnati. Francisco Cordero. He will be the one to come on in the bottom of the 9th inning for Cincinnati. Game 2 tomorrow night. Micah Owings for the Reds. Ross Ohlendorf will pitch. He has been pitching extremely well. Had another terrific outing in San Diego on the last road trip. And that's the lineup that Dusty Baker can roll out there that has 9 legitimate hitters in it because of Micah Owings. He used him in a pinch hitting role against the Pirates in Cincinnati, and he drilled a double deep to the left center field wall. But that's not uncommon for Owens. So tomorrow night, starting at 6:30 here on FSN Pittsburgh, game 2 of this 3-game set.
I'm looking at that. The pitchers we're going to face in the next few days here in this homestand, and you were talking about hitting. And you look at Giovanni Gallardo again. I still can't get my mind around what he did Wednesday.
I saw a stat about Giovanni Gallardo when we got back to Pittsburgh. I was watching one of the shows at night, and it said that he is only the 3rd pitcher in the modern era since 1900 to get 10+ strikeouts in a game and hit the game-winning home run. Just doesn't happen. There's a strike to Nix. 3-1.
I can't imagine. I just don't know. In a 1-0 final score, how many times is a pitcher with a home run accounted for that 1 run?
I mean, what we saw, and I don't know, you don't realize it as you're watching it. It takes time to digest it after the fact because you have to go and add up the numbers. Ian Snell was his opposition, and Ian pitched a very good game and deserved a better fate. This one fouled away, and they count full 3-2. But you add up the numbers afterward, and you say, my gosh, that's more rare than a perfect game. It's more rare than seeing 2 guys hit the cycle in the same game. I mean, you don't see that.
It's history.
He'll be pitching here again and attempting to hit here again on Monday night. It's Paul Maholm. That'll be a great showdown. Just a 2-game series with the Brewers. 5-game homestand. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. First and second, nobody out. And it was during the first road trip of the season they had first and second, nobody out. And watch this one. Little looper with the runners in motion. Jack Wilson to Freddie Sanchez. Over to Adam LaRoche. Tic-tac-toe. 3 in a row. Triple play. First one in 16 years for the Bucks.
Well, everybody's in position. Do it again.
You really think Dusty Baker's going to send the runners again?
He might with 1 out.
Nobody out?
No, with
Not
1
gonna
out
do
he
it.
might.
Yeah, with nobody out he's not going to do it.
We got to get to 1 out.
See, Dusty's a TV veteran. He's probably thinking right now, those guys in the truck, they're probably showing the triple play. And a bunt. Taveras. He's out. No, he's going to be in there. Hannigan comes around. Nix to third and Taveras to second base.
Yeah, with that kind of speed, anytime he lays a ball down, they put so much pressure on the defense. You have to be a little quicker than you normally are. And Murillo just threw it in the ground. Well, you know what? I take that back. I thought he bounced it in there. He didn't bounce that. That was just went off Freddie's glove. Did not bounce at all. Not sure how wide that was of the bag or not, but It looked like Freddie just reached out and missed it. We see it again. And kind of blocked out on that shot.
They've announced an error on Jaramillo on the throw.
He definitely didn't bounce it in there. When I saw it live, I thought he threw a short hop in that Freddie couldn't handle, but that wasn't the case. Shaking his head, he's still thinking about it.
Jerry Hairston Jr. Tavares at second base and Nix at third. And a big cut and a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 Cincinnati. Pirates gave him one this inning here in the 9th. Tyler Yates gave up a single to Hannigan. He comes around to score. He's walked Lance Nix. See the infield halfway. If they can cut down the run, they can. That's the intent. Not all the way in on the grass, just halfway. The 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hairston's hitting 167. It's not exactly what you want out of your number 2 hitter in your lineup.
I'd like to see him get the hat trick here tonight. You need a strike 3.
Yates stretch and the 1-2.
He thought about it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Jerry Hairston Jr. Took 3 hits in his last 23 at bats. And Yates can't find the plate right now.
That was a fortunate play by Jaramillo. Remember earlier we showed how it was Domitz showing how catcher's supposed to block a ball. Well, that's not the way you do it. Go down and just pick it out of the dirt like that. But when you get a fastball in the dirt, you really don't have much of a choice because it happens so fast. There's not time to get down in that classic position to block it.
Down to third, LaRoche. They get the out. Nix has to hold at third.
Sunday's pregame show will have the Domitz, really the full tip. We just saw a little bit of it about catching. Votto won't get a opportunity here to do any damage.
Well, first base open and available, and that's where Joey Votto's going to take up residence in 3 more pitches. Votto with another RBI tonight, 2 hits, 2 for 4. Raised his average up. 353. Came in at 346, so 353 is where he is right now. He'll take first base. And Brandon Phillips, who homered in his last at bat, will stride to the plate. Joe Kerrigan will come out to talk to Tyler Yates. So they had some heavy rain here earlier. It's lightened up quite a bit. But the rain chased a number of people home. It's kind of been on and off a little bit, but it really didn't start till around the 7th inning for real.
Top of the 8th, top of the 9th kind of sent a few to their cars early too. As the game started to slip away a little bit.
And personalized retractable roofs were given out tonight. You know, I'm a believer it should be on grass and outdoors and everything, but the retractable roof's not a bad idea. You know you're going to play.
You're not going to convince me of that. I know you've been trying now for a few days.
I've been trying. I kind of like it.
I would never go that way.
Big cut and a miss by Phillips.
I'm a big fan of artificial surface, though.
Are you really?
I love that stuff when I was playing.
I don't think you should play on anything you don't have to water. Or the dandelions can't grow out of it. 0-1. That's inside. Although the new stuff, the stuff they've got, the Metrodome and the stuff they've got in Tampa, is not bad. You just don't see the surface you played on, the surface they had at Three River Stadium anymore.
Basically the plastic carpet.
So
I loved the speed of the game back then. It was fun to watch for a fan of that National League.
But some turfs are better than others. Some are a little softer.
Yeah,
some are a little harder.
Yeah, the different, the seams were kind of in different places. What was really, I always thought the biggest difference in the turf fields were.
2-ball, 1-strike pitch is lifted into right center field. Eric Hinsky calling for it. He'll make the catch. Nix will tag and score. It's 4-0 Cincinnati. So a sacrifice fly for Phillips. RBI number 8 for him. RBI number 9 for him, beg your pardon. He had the solo home run, so that's RBI 9.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Russell out to the mound to make a change. Yates throwing to Bruce.
Jay Bruce coming up. John Russell will come get Yates on Columbia Gas. 8-1-1 call to the pen has been made. We'll tell you about our new pitcher when we come back. Didn't get any run support during his time, and he's on the hook right now, giving up only 1 run, but fielded his position well. Got some big strikeouts. Had some good pitches on the inside part of the plate. And outside, and got an out when he needed it, with the Reds threatening again. 7 innings pitched, just 1 run. Walked 2, struck out 5. Zach Duke in our Plays that Made You Smile. Let's see. I think they came dressed
for the occasion.
For the occasion, yes.
I don't know.
Which
if
one's...
I've seen too many Pirates carrying umbrellas, though. That looks a little out of place. Could they have like swords? Or...
turn it around, make it the hook, you know?
Yeah, well, that's a good
Captain
idea,
Hook.
yeah. Slide it up your sleeve.
That sleeve's big enough, he could fit the umbrella up there. So Sean Burnett pitching now to Jay Bruce. 2 down, trying to get Bruce out.
When do we have a sword night?
When
When are we giving away swords?
Well, I don't know, but what is that?
That's
he broke his umbrella.
I guess a rally hat.
Is he wearing
down pirate rally hat?
He's wearing some of the old Astro turf.
Yes, he is.
Look at that.
Yeah, Pirates still have that turf. A lot of folks don't know about it, but it's in the in the batting cages underneath where the Pirates hit. The old turf of Three Rivers still lives.
1 ball, 1 strike to Bruce.
It's holding up rather well, too. Now that it's indoors.
And a big cut on the miss. Boy, that breaking ball cut pretty hard. Is it Halloween here tonight?
Cincinnati is down the river about 500 miles.
Yeah, but their stripes are the other kind of stripes. The new Bengals. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Burnett gets out of the inning. 2 runs across. Last wraps for the Pirates. They trail it 4-0. And goes after the final pitch when all kids are invited to run the bases. This Sunday, when the Pirates wrap up their 3-game set with the Reds, all kids 14 and under will receive a baseball glove courtesy of Dick's Sporting Goods. Call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit pirates.com for details. Jack Wilson, thank you for your modeling ability there. Helping us out. Fans doing a little singing in the rain, but singing more of the blues because the Pirates unable to get a run off of Bronson Arroyo. Francisco Cordero in to close it out, making his 10th appearance. He's converted all 7 saves opportunities.
Yeah, they took him out of a save opportunity.
They did. He was probably hoping Nix would stay at third and not tag up. So Nate McLeod makes his return to the lineup tonight and has yet to get a hit. Hit into a double play, flied out foul, and flied out to left. Paul Maholm, Freddie Sanchez, Solendorf, Jeff Karstens. Craig Hansen is on the DL right now. 1-1 pitch. Just a bit high, 2-1. McLeod was here very, very early today. He had manager John Russell come out and pitch BP to him. It was just McLeod and Russell on the field at the time. It was so early today. 2-1 pitch in there for a strike, 2-2.
Get the feeling you didn't have much to do today.
I was here around the same time.
We're house hunting
a little bit earlier today. Yeah. 3-1. Now it's 3-2. Once that was over, I said, where am I going to go now? Payoff pitch to McLeod. Pops it foul out of play. So earlier today, Russell grabbed him, So let's go. Just before 3 o'clock. The camouflage jersey going too. And this one shatters his bat. Slow roller. It's got a chance. Rosales not going to get him. A base hit for McLeod.
A 3-2 count. Everybody deep. Couldn't get to the ball in time.
His bat just blew up.
It's wet grass. Just eating the ball up and made very quick.
Rosales doing all he could, came to cut it off, but McLeod runs well, and he's at first base, and Adam LaRoche at the plate. Nobody out and a runner aboard.
Nate's top speed might not be quite up there with the very elite guys, but he gets to his own personal top speed after just one step. I mean, he gets going real quick. That's why he's such an excellent base stealer.
LaRoche takes strike one. McLeod, 2 out of 2. By percentage, he is terrific base stealer, better than 90%. He knew, he just stepped on the gas.
There was no distraction at all. The bat exploding, anything. He saw the ball rolling in the grass. He was gone.
0-2 is inside 1-2.
Guys with speed, they can smell those leg hits.
You know how you hit it. You can tell by the way it feels off the bat that you didn't get it very well. So you know you have to start running. 1-2 pitch. And this one right at Phillips. And McLeod avoids the double play.
He was quick to go back the other direction, and he needed to be, because he took a couple of steps the wrong way. But that quickness paid off again as he was able to stop and change directions so fast that Phillips couldn't get him. He doesn't freeze. Look, boom, he stepped the wrong way, but planted that foot, got it going back toward first.
And Hinske takes a strike.
I don't know how it is for regular players or not, but for a pitcher, when they would tell you to freeze on a line drive, I mean, you might as well be talking to the wall.
And Hinske checks swing for strike.
It's so tough to do. You're off there and the boom, crack of the bat, and you're like, oh, they hit it. You're so anxious to get to the next base. Before you know it, you've taken 3 steps, and one of the infielders is holding a line drive in his glove.
It's the 9th time Hinske's faced Cordero in his career. He's 3 for 8. And he just took strike 3. Pirates down to their final strike tonight. It'll be Andy LaRoche coming to the plate.
No argument. He hears the call and puts his head down, goes right back. Not even a look. He knew he had him.
Two down, bottom of the 9th, 4-0 Cincinnati. Offense has just been stagnant the last couple of games. So trying to kick it in gear here. Cordero's pitch, and LaRoche takes low and in, 1-1. Tomorrow night it's Owings and Ohlendorf. That's the matchup. Fireworks after the game tomorrow night. Polish night festivities prior to the game. Be a great night. Make your plans. Come out and join us. 2-1. Three balls and a strike. LaRoche trying to get aboard. Brandon Moss has a bat in his hand. He is expected to come out and hit for the catcher, Jason Jaramillo. And there's a strike on the corner, 3-2. LaRoche thought he had ball 4.
Well, there's no reason to swing at a pitch like that down by 4 runs. And you have 3 balls, 3-1 count.
Nate goes. LaRoche swings and strikes out, and the ball game is over. And the Cincinnati Reds take game 1 of 3. And the Pirates now are even Steven at 11-11. The Reds have moved in front of them in the Central Division standings at 12-10. 4 runs, 8 hits, and an error.